Some sense of justice may be in the air as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has approved murder charges against a police officer for the killing of 13-year-old Yassin Moyo in Huruma. But the same air is choking in the smoke of unanswered questions, unresolved killings and double standards in as far as action on COVID-19 related rule breaking is concerned. And as the Independent Policing Oversight Authority sounds the alarm over the police-linked shooting in this time of the pandemic, Oli Barros asks if, unlike the US case, where it is the hashtag Black Lives Matter campaign, perhaps the hashtag here in Kenya should be, given this evidence, should be Poor Lives Matter? Is that the question we're asking?
Let him breathe, Lise, man. Let him breathe.
It was a video that took the breath out of many in various parts of the world. A grown black man crying out for his mother as a white police officer uses his knee to press his weight into George Floyd's neck. His stifled cries for breath going unheeded. But while police colorism may seem a problem half a world away, Kenyans are no strangers to discrimination at the hands of police. And judging by the 15 deaths and 31 injury incidents directly tied to police action during the curfew, as recorded by the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, it appears Kenyan police judge you not by the color of your skin, but by the bulge of your wallet. Well, unless the color of your skin hints at your socio-economic standing. But Vite is no longer standing. His lifeless body lies under the screams and cries of an agitated and broken people. The homeless man who has been thrust into eternal home for not having one to retire to here on earth when the curfew hour descended.
And early this morning, we dispatched our rapid response team to the ground. So the case is already under active investigation with IPOA.
And Vita's death isn't the only one that triggers demands for answers. Maurice Ocheng, a carpenter who resided in Kisumu, was on Monday evening pronounced dead from injuries reportedly inflicted by police for not wearing a mask. Hamisi Juma Mbega, a 49-year-old boda operator in Kwale, who reportedly paid with his life for taking a woman in labor to hospital. Idris Mukolwe, a 45-year-old tomato vendor in Mumias, who suffered a fatal blow to the head from a police tear gas canister as they reportedly enforced a ban on open-air markets as a COVID-19 containment measure. Peter Gasheru, a Mtumba trader from Kawangware, John Muli, who washed cars for a living in Ruai, and Ibrahim Onyango, an 18-year-old who made a living from the Dandora dam site, suffered the same fate, death at the hands of police in the name of the war on COVID-19. But justice may finally be done in the case of Yassin Moyo, a 13-year-old who was struck in the stomach by a police bullet while he was out on his family's balcony in Huruma, Nairobi County. His curiosity as to how the authorities would enforce the curfew having drawn him out.
Mtoto alikuwa ghorofa ya 3. Na hata mama aliona sasa ile alikuwa na mliko juu hii bunduki ni kama ilikuwa na sensa. Juu mama alikuwa na familia yangu yote. Walikuwa watu 6 hapo. Iko na lens. Sasa mama aliona hivi akifikiri ni tochi. Akaambia watoto, sasa mama akauliza, kwani nini tunamulikwa? Da kidogo mama akiambia watoto ibuka yeni chini. Huyo askari raundi ya pili kumulika aligonga huyo kijana. Ndio kijana akaanguka kwa balcony. Akaambia mama mimi nimeshutiwa. Mama akamwambia unakuanga na mchezo hujashutiwa. Akaambia kia Mungu nimeshutiwa. Mama kufungua hivi akaona mara ya mtoto. Ndio dadake mkubwa akaanza kulia wakipiga nduru.
And based on the recommendation, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has approved a murder charge against Police Constable Duncan Ndiema. As they close one file, IPOA is confronted with 6 suspicious deaths from the last 3 days alone, in which the police have been adversely mentioned, confounding how the measures intended to protect the populace from death have resulted in assured deaths.
I think you saw today DPP saying he has over 80 files received from IPOA between October and now. So for us, whenever the case comes up, it doesn't matter where this Kenyan resides. We give it the same seriousness. We give it the same professionalism. We give it the same commitment and the same impartiality.
As these cases are looked into and some put to rest, there is still the unanswered question: what action, if any, will be taken against the leaders who have openly, while paraded for the cameras, broken the COVID-19 related rules? They do so while appealing to the hearts and minds of the very people who are being killed or injured for sins that are no less than theirs. The Ministry of Health is insistent on steering clear of pronouncing itself on the matter, and the Ministry of Interior thus far has remained silent on the issue. A tale of two countries is Wanjiko to accept and move on.